What's up there, family out there? Just making this video because I think there comes a time and point where you have to question what is it that you need, what it you know what I'm saying, what it is that you want, or what you consider to be a necessity. For many years we've been living in a country that asks you to pledge your allegiance to the flag of a country that was not theirs. I wonder if it ever comes across your mind when you're taught from kindergarten all the way even through high school, sporting events, anything else, and you're asked or pretty much indoctrinated into doing these things, but you really don't know why. You just do them because you are conditioned to do those things. But do you understand what you really pledge your allegiance to? Do you really understand what you pledge your allegiance to? Or what even you allow your children to pledge their allegiance to? Think about that. Think about that. Understand the conditioning that you're placed upon, or should I say under, but yet you still call yourself a human. We run around calling ourselves queens and kings and this and that, but yet you pledge your allegiance to something that is not of you. You pledge it as though you were a conquered people, a conquered individual, a conquered entity, whatever you want to call it. But yet you pledge your allegiance as a queen or king, or you allow your children to do the same, but you'll say you're a queen or you're a king, but are you a king or queen in your household? But yet you still pledge your allegiance to someone else. How can you be a king or a queen and allow yourself to do these things? Allow your children or those in your community to do these things? Who are you really pledging anything to? Do you really know who you are? Do you really know what it is you're pledging? Do you even know the definition of pledge? Do some research. Do just a little bit of research. Some of the things that we find so commonplace in everyday life that we define as being normal, if you really did the math, you'd wonder, who told me that? And why were they told that? I'm just saying. Grandma might have told you. Her great-grandma might have told her. But I remember hearing a story about when a young lady asked her grandmother, after so many years of making a certain type of dish in a certain sized pot, and her grandmother finally told her, the reason that I told you to make the dish that way was because that was the only size pot that I had. Think about that. Like, seriously, think about that. Who told you that? Who told her that? Sometimes we get told things so often, so many times, that we lose track of where it even came from. That even goes to the fact that we call ourselves kings and queens, but calling yourself something and not living it or displaying it, what really is it? Is it just something someone told you? Or is this something that you embodied and personalized and made it true? Are you the king of your home? Are you the queen of your home? Seriously. Or is it just a thing of, I just hold the title, but I'm not really operating in that form or fashion? You tell your little girl she's a queen, but do you live like a queen? Think about it. Do you live like a queen in your own home? Queen doesn't mean dictator. Doesn't mean yelling, cursing somebody out, or anything like that. I think a queen is someone that builds, someone that holds the essence of the universe within her womb. You know the thing they teach you about in church, but they just give you a little bit of it, and it's so distorted that you don't even realize that you're a queen, but you're told that you're a child. A child of God. Where's the queen? Where's the king? But you're a servant of God. Who is this God? Can somebody tell me? Who is this God? The one that was beaten into you? The one that you have been enslaved by? The one that you would even say, hey, the plight of my people isn't as important as the God that was beat into me, bucked into me, raped into me, psychologically poured into me at a time that, hey, my people couldn't even read or were not allowed to read. And their language was even taken away from them. But I will take a conquering God and allow myself to be called a harlot, not to even be mentioned in the Bible legitimately. I mean, think about that. Think about that. There's a lot of other brothers on YouTube that will go into all the high tech. I ain't mad about it. I give them kudos for their gifts. But me, I'm just common sense. How long you gonna put into the building fund? And then have them tell you that, oh, we ain't getting a new building. Oops, sorry, you didn't know because you weren't there when the building fund was originally started. But the leaders that are sitting in that church know it, but they're still leaders. They're still leaders, but you don't know that though, because you're new to it. I don't know. You tell me what you need and what you feel to be a necessity. I don't praise anything outside of myself. I don't feel the need to. The one thing that I know to be true is the fact that I had a grandmother on both sides of my family, a grandfather on both sides of my family, a great grandfather on both sides of my family, and those that preceded them, as well as those that have passed away, are all my ancestors. That I can always say that I know is true. But who's true to you? Somebody you never met before? Somebody you might go downstairs in the basement of your church, look over the water fountain and see a blonde-haired, blue-eyed guy? Or you might even see him right behind the pulpit. People, you need to start thinking about your ancestors, and what's a necessity is connecting with your ancestors and not connecting with what was beat into you continuously, and then all of a sudden, because of those beatings, those rapings, those lynchings, and everything else that were brought to you by a people that have no intention of loving you, even if you spread your legs or climb in between her legs, have no intention of anything good, even if they think they do, because a whole lot of them don't even understand their status within their own people. They don't. Wake up to reality. See this thing for what it is. My reality will never be your reality, because what functions for me and is true for me may not be true for you. But in the end, you'll have to look at it, deal with it, and see if it's something that you wanted, that you needed, or was a necessity. I don't feel the necessity to do anything that does not promote the growth and development of my people.